So I get asked by a lot of people on a regular basis, asking me, you know, Andy, why am I so insecure? You know, how can I stop feeling insecure about things? And you know what? To give it the most basic, simple answer is, in a nutshell, I just turn around and say to them, you need to stop giving a shit about what other people think. Right, now, some people might think that that's a bit harsh, but sometimes you need to be harsh to get the message to people, if that makes sense. We live in a society now, right, in a population of humanity, of sheep, basically, you know, and if that upsets people, I don't really give a shit, because it's the fact of life, it's the truth, right? With social media, with Facebook, with Instagram, you know, all the other social platforms, they're great. They're great for being in contact with people. They're fucking amazing for marketing, because business is based on social media and the internet now. As far as people being insecure, it's predicated by being so surrounded with what everybody else is doing and what everybody deems is an acceptable way to live, an acceptable way to act, an acceptable way to look. And what this does is this creates and builds on your insecurities. But then a lot of people, they say to me, they blame Facebook, they blame Instagram. And I'm like, what are you blaming the social media platforms for? And they said, well, because you see all these photographs of models and, you know, these bodybuilders and people with great physiques, great bodies, people that, you know, have great hair, great makeup. And I'm just like, but why do you care so much? Why do you really care what everybody else does, says, acts like, or looks like? That's why you're insecure, because you give a shit about what other people think about you. And this is the issue, isn't it? And it's not Facebook's fault. It's not Instagram's fault. It's not YouTube's fault. It's your fault, because you are allowing yourself to be manipulated by these social media platforms and the people that are posting shit on them to not live your life the way you want to be, the way you want to live it, to not be happy, to not do the things you do, to not wear your hair like you want to wear your hair, to not dress how you want to dress, because you're following like the rest of the sheep, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to impress all the other people. Yeah, another conversation I have with so many people about wanting to start podcast channels, to start being social media influencers, and I'm like, well, go and fucking do it. What are you waiting for? Oh, you know, I've only got like an iPhone 13. I don't have all them expensive camera gear that you've got and all the audio mic setups and the lighting and all that. And I'm like, but it's not stopping you, is it? You know, I've only got this stuff because I built it up over the years. You know, as I could afford to buy new equipment, I bought new equipment, because obviously I wanted to up my game as far as quality and make sure everything's on point for me. But if you're starting out, do you know how many successful influencers there are out there on the internet that do the absolute dog's bollocks of cinematic footage and transitions and effects using one of these? It's not your lack of technology. The problem is here. The problem is you, not this. Because you're too afraid to give it a go and actually fucking do it. Because what you're afraid of is Big Knickers 84 on fucking Facebook is going to put a negative comment on your photograph or on your video. Now, why do you care? Why do you care? Because the masses post photographs and selfies, fuck me, selfies, that's another video on its own, for validation from their audience. Because if you don't get 400 fucking likes of your new lips, then you're going to feel like shit about yourself, aren't you? Why do you care? All you should care about is the fact that you're doing something, you're following a passion, and you're educating yourself and you're practicing to get good at what you want to do for the rest of your life, because that makes you fucking happy every time you do it. Stopping yourself from posting that shit photograph because you care this much that you're not going to get 500 likes and 24 fucking bollocks comments of people say, oh God, you're so good at photography. Oh, I love the way you use the aperture on the camera just to get the lighting right. You know, who gives a toss? As long as you're smiling, you're enjoying it, and you're being happy, then just go ahead and do it. And stop letting other people's opinions, and stop being afraid, predicated by your own insecurities, that you want validation of the end result. It doesn't fucking matter, does it? As long as the end result is you have a fucking smile on your face. I have to excuse my cursing today. It's just, this is a topic that I'm so passionate about, and I've been making content on this topic over and over and over and over again for so many years that I can't even remember how far back I started saying this shit. All right, and it's the same with like now with Instagram and Facebook and all this aesthetics and cosmetic fucking lip fillers and fucking fat dissolving shit in your ass and anti-wrinkle injections in your forehead. You know, everybody's on that train now, aren't they? Because everybody else is doing it. Oh, fuck me. Jesus Christ. If I have wrinkles in my forehead at the age of 22 and a half, then that's it. I'm fucking done. You know, why do you care? Because everybody else is doing it. So you think it's the right thing to do, and you feel like you're not going to be accepted if you've got wrinkles in your forehead. Well, look at this. I don't give a shit if you accept me or not. I'll still keep pumping out these videos every week. Why do I care? Why do I care? Because I do it for the people that want to take the time to watch. The people that want to get a bit of education about some business or niche or sales or marketing or content creation. I don't give a shit about what people think about my content. I do it because I love it, I'm passionate about it, and I love to give to other people to help them be happy. If you don't like this video, call me a fucking prick in the comments. I'll give you a thumbs up, say thanks for your feedback. I don't care. I really don't care. And it's about time you started having the same attitude, because you'll never be happy until you do. I don't know what else to say apart from stop being a sheep and start being a fucking wolf, because that's the only way for progress in this world. Yeah, stop following what everyone else is doing because you want some kind of validation and feel that you're going to get acceptance if you've had an injection in your forehead, or if you've gone out and spent $2,000 on a fucking camera and another 1,500 quid on a lens and taken a photograph that half your people, and after the social media platforms have compressed the shit out of that image anyway, it's not going to make no fucking difference.